Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Mrs. Mummy PhD podcast. I am your host, Dr. Michelle Gibbs, and I am passionate about helping scholarly mamas like you navigate your journeys with purpose so you can achieve your life and academic goals without sacrificing what matters. The reality is that scholarly mama life is multidimensional. We're scholars, yes, but we're also mothers, wives, and so much more, with whole lives outside of academia. So how do we successfully navigate all this? Well, first, we need the space to embrace this unique blend. Only then can we begin the important work of becoming purposefully whole. And part of my own purposeful work is to create a space for us as scholarly mamas to grow, to reflect, and to become everything that we were meant to be. So, mama, are you in? Fabulous. Let's begin. These are our journeys of becoming. Hey mamas, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh my goodness, there has been so much happening in the background over the past couple of weeks, and some really exciting stuff actually, which I cannot wait to share with you. I can't just yet, but I will in due course. For now, though, I am just so grateful that you're here and that we get to spend this time together. So grab a snack, grab a treat, grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's dive into today's episode. I am so excited to share with you today the single thing that I wish I knew before becoming a scholarly mama, because as a scholarly mama, you're often told to master the art of time management. And if you've listened to my last episode, you would have heard me share some really, really key tips for how we can become more efficient at managing our time as scholarly mamas. However, here's one thing that I wish I knew even before, above all the time management strategies, above all of the productivity hacks, even beyond all of those things, there is one thing that I completely overlooked while I was on my scholarly mama journey. And in today's episode, I want to share that with you. Now, I want to take you back just a couple of years. It hasn't been that long ago that we were all thrusted into lockdowns, lockdown after lockdown. In fact, the whole world just came to a complete stop. I remember being at swimming lessons with my middle son and hearing about, at that time it was only restricting travel for people who've been to Italy and isolating people who've been there. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness, is this the beginning of something we've never experienced before in this world? And of course, as we all know, it was the beginning of something that none of us had ever dealt with in our lives. But one thing I realized about that pandemic, as you know, I was pregnant for most of the pandemic. So it was a really delicate, scary time for me, and I'm sure all of us. But one of the things that really stood out for me in that moment was how the meaning of time just changed. And one of the things that I realized, and that kind of spoke to me in multiple ways, but one of the things that it really made me realize was that as scholarly mamas, the more obsessed we are with time and managing it well, and having the latest planners and scheduling everything and allocating this bit of time to this and this bit of time for that. And of course, that's really important to keep some kind of organization to your days, especially when you're wearing many hats and juggling many things. And so I'm not saying that time management is not important, but I feel like the one thing that the pandemic taught us and so many other experiences have taught me since then is that in reality, it's managing my energy that seems to be the secret to blending my academic aspirations and my role as a mama. So I want to speak to you today and explore in this episode why that is. Why is energy management so important for scholarly mamas. And it's the one thing that I wish I knew before, because I would have been less obsessed with perfecting time management and actually embracing all of the benefits that come with managing my energy. And so it's just a change in perspective. I'm not trying to say that you should scrap everything that you know about time management or it doesn't matter. It does matter, but I also think that energy management matters more. And one of the reasons I say that energy management matters more is that when we become obsessed with time management, we devalue time. I'm going to say that again. When we become obsessed with perfecting time management, particularly as scholarly mamas who are juggling so many PhD related deadlines, research related deadlines, teaching related deadlines, managing our kids, all of the school emails that are coming through left, right, and center, all of the personal admin at home, juggling you and your partner's schedules and work-related commitments and other commitments, and just juggling all of this, particularly for those kind of mamas. If that's you, please listen in. When we become obsessed with managing and perfecting that, we lose the value of time. And so it's crucially important under these specific circumstances that we manage our energy. And so the first reason why I like to think that energy management is much more important than time management for scholarly mamas is that energy is limited. So just like time, we know that we've only got 24 hours in the day. We know that we've got to prioritize our well-being in that time. We've got to get sleep. We've got to get our work done. We've got to get the kids sorted out. We've got to spend time with our loved ones and our spouses. We know there's no debating that time is limited, right? However, we don't often think about energy as being limited. We kind of just keep going as if, we've got unlimited amounts of energy, like we're Energizer bunnies or something. This is not an ad for Energizer, by the way. But yeah, like we kind of just keep going, keep pushing ourselves as though energy is unlimited. And it's not. It's a limited resource. And so being aware of our energy levels, being aware of when we need to pause and recharge and kind of regroup ourselves is so important. And that can lead to increased productivity and overall well-being. So like I said in the last episode, even though energy management is not directly the same as time management, when we're able to manage our energy, we're better able to manage our time. So it's a win-win, in my opinion. If you can manage your energy, that allows you to be more productive, allows you to have more time available for things that really matter, then that is a win-win. That is to be cherished and encouraged. We absolutely need to manage our energy because our energy is limited. It's a limited resource. Very, very important to remember. The second reason why I think energy management is paramount is that quality matters more than quantity when it comes to energy. It's not about how many hours you dedicate to your PhD work. It really isn't. I know it feels that way. Oh, I've got to put X amount of hours in this day or that day or this night or that night or this weekend or that weekend. But actually, it's not about the number of hours, but it's the quality of time that you invest. Are you investing time where you have been rested? Are you investing time that you can be productive in? Are you investing time where you can be engaged in the tasks that you're doing? Or are you wasting time running on empty, trying to clock hours in, but not actually making any progress? When that happens, you need to think about your energy. Are you managing your energy efficiently enough so that you can produce quality work? Because it's not about quantity, it's about quality. When your energy is at its peak, you can accomplish more in a shorter space of time. And so when you manage your energy and you pay attention to your rest and whether you are actually operating at optimum levels, then you're able to be more productive. And so it all comes back to managing our energy. The third reason why I think energy management is super, super important is to avoid burnout. Overexerting ourselves in an attempt to manage time can lead to burnout. And this is what I was talking about when I say quality over quantity, but in a way that actually has a result. And the result is that you don't burn out, because that impacts both your academic and your family life. Energy management helps to prevent this. Energy management helps you to work and get things done within a shorter space of time because you've managed your energy well, you're productive, you're rested, and you're getting things done. That way, the chances of you burning out are so much lower, so much more reduced. And so the fourth reason why I think energy management is so important for scholarly mamas is going back to this idea of the importance of self-care and recharging. So recognizing when you need to take a break, when you need to engage in a self-care activity, when you can recognize those times, it allows you to have more to give to your research and your family because you are managing your energy. So by managing your energy, you're able to invest in yourself, you're able to pour into yourself, and by extension, you're able to pour into the cups of other people. And so managing energy allows you to be more present. It allows you to serve at your highest level in whatever capacity you're called to serve. It allows you to give of your time and attention to the people you love. And that comes from managing your energy. It comes from recognizing the need to take a break, to recharge, to attend to yourself, and to come back at it refreshed, revived, and ready to give it your all. The fifth point I want to make about energy management here is that by managing your energy, it allows you to align with your natural rhythms. So understanding how your natural energy flows. Of course, some people are more productive in the morning and much more of, morning people. I'm one of those. I'm much more productive in the mornings. Trust me, come afternoon, evening, I'm just kind of winding down, whether I like it or not. But I am definitely more of a morning person. And while other people are more night owls, you are slow to start, you're a slow starter in the morning, but at night you are a beast. You're able to just crack on and get things done. So aligning and adjusting your schedule in order to honor those peak energy times allows you to work at your highest level, allows you to produce quality work, allows you to work in a way that you are fully engaged and fully present in the task at hand. And that applies also to spending time with your family members, spending time with your spouse, spending time with your family. Are you giving them your best time? Are you able to complete your task within your best time and still have some energy left to pour into that of other people and those that you love? And so the sixth point, and this is a final one I wanted to make about the importance of energy management, particularly for scholarly mamas, is the ability to establish boundaries. When you understand your energy flow and your energy cycle, you are then able to establish boundaries in order to protect your energy. So you're not wasting time worrying about things that don't matter. You're not wasting time wondering and worrying about what other people are going to think. You know where your purpose is. You know where your focus is. You know where your energy is. And you know what to pour that energy into. Learning to say no to certain things, learning to say no when it's necessary for you to say no, learning how to prioritize self-preservation without feeling guilty. It comes with being able to manage your energy. And so, I just wanted to say that in this episode, even though we did talk about time management in the last episode, and if you haven't listened to that one, please do tune in. That's not the end of the story. We all need to understand the benefits of being able to manage our energy. And so before I bring this episode to a close, I just wanted to leave you with a quote to ponder on. It says, "You don't have to do it all. You just have to do what matters most." And that's a friendly reminder, I hope, that energy management allows you to focus on what truly matters in your academic and family life. It is actually essential for being able to blend these two bits of yourself, these two elements of yourself, these two dimensions of yourself. And so I hope that you've gained a new perspective on the importance of energy management. And remember that you are a remarkable scholar and a loving mama. And juggling both of these, or blending, I should say, both of these, is achievable when you manage your energy wisely. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And as always, I'm sending you lots of love and lots of gratitude. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Mrs. Mummy PhD podcast. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you did and you want in on this movement, why not head over to mrsmummyphd.com. You can join the waitlist for our exclusive community of smart, purposeful, scholarly mamas. We'd love to see you on the inside. Remember, mama, these are our journeys of becoming.